Christmas! Merry Christmas! Thanks for the presents, Tua.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your man, Clubboy Bales. Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly, where, of course, we got it coming. It is just another day, another Packers win. Obviously, we saw a great win on Christmas last year, a great close game, and another close game, another comeback win for the Packers. Packers now go to 7-8 as they defeat the Miami Dolphins 26-20. Miami now loses their fourth straight game and goes 8-7 now. So it's been a very interesting game. There has just been a lot of things that you can't really sit there and say, but this was a very interesting game. I wanted to see maybe a little more, but honestly, we did the best that we could. And this was a game that, honestly, I was going into this thinking, I did actually say in my predictions, I'm like, I think Miami is going to beat us, or we're just not going to be able to adjust to a team that really takes off well from, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. But what happened was the exact opposite. And we made our second half adjustments, and the Packers won. That's what happened. My game ball is going to go to one of the oldest guys on the team, the longtime veteran. I think he definitely deserves all the things. 38 years old, 4-4 in field goals, and scoring 14 points today. Obviously, keeping the season alive is more important than ever. And for all the years that he has played, the 16 years that he has been part of this team, he deserves all this support and love. I'm talking about number 2, our kicker, Mason Crosby, who, of course, history, past Brett Favre, and now has played the most games in Green Bay Packers history. I obviously will be thankful for everything that you have done, Mason. Obviously, if this is his final season as a Packer, you got to be thankful. He has been one of the greatest players. He's scored the most points in Packers history, greatest kicker in Packers history. We all know and love him, and you got to give credit. So, what a great Christmas game that was. Mason Crosby gets my game ball, but lots of other guys really stepped up on the defense in the second half. Rasul Douglas, Devondre Campbell, Jair Alexander, Jerron Reed, they made some great plays today. All turnovers today. We turned the ball over a lot. They turned the ball over a lot, which is why we won this game. That was very important. Also, Keyshawn Nixon, despite getting injured, unfortunately, he showed up today and showed why he is so good at special teams. Almost took a kick return to the house. First time that's almost happened since 2011 when Randall Cobb did it. But that's what's crazy. Also, Big Dog scoring a touchdown today. Aaron Rodgers also played a great game as well. But that's what's important. We shut off the Dolphins in the second half. We were down 13-20, and we were able to get the comeback. That was what was important. These adjustments. The rookie wide receivers, they also stepped up huge today. We took the ball away a lot of times. Unfortunately, the things that we didn't like today were the injuries. And unfortunately, in the first half, we saw so many big plays allowed. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle we just could not do anything. So many runs up the field. Miami does not have a good running game, and we allowed a lot of big running plays, and that was something you just didn't really want to see. So, anyways, looking at the stats, Aaron Rodgers, 24 out of 38, 238 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He was sacked twice, and 7 carries for 18 yards. He got a lot of, that's weird, but it is what it is. A.J. Dillon led the way, 11 carries for 36 yards and another touchdown. That is his fifth touchdown in the last 3 games, so he's starting to actually come on, and 2 catches for 12 yards. Aaron Jones did not do much. 6 carries for 25 yards. I would have liked to see him get the ball more. 2 catches for 9, but I get it. He was injured, so I get why they probably wanted to be careful with him. You know, it's the safe thing to do. Alan Lazard led the way. 5 catches, 61 yards receiving. Christian Watson, 6 for 49. Romeo Doubs, 3 for 36. Mercedes Lewis had 2 for 32 and the touchdown today. Patrick Taylor with his first career catch for 17. Robert Tonyan a catch for 13. Not much from everybody else, but we did exactly what we needed to do. Adrian Amos led the way with 11 tackles, 9 total tackles. Jerron Reed had 11. Jerron Reed had 6 total tackles and 1 sack. Preston Smith 5 total tackles with 1 sack and 3 turnovers. Obviously 4 turnovers. I'm so sorry. Jerron Reed with the strip sack and the first strip on Raheem Mostert in the first. It's not a strip sack. I'm getting ahead of myself. The strip and his own fumble recovery, and then Jair Alexander with an interception that really was the focal point of turning the game around after that very controversial interception right before that happened. Devondre Campbell, very next possession, also had an interception. And then on the final possession, Rasul Douglas ended the game with another interception. Obviously, lots of great things. Mason Crosby, 4 of 4 from the day, and we only punted the ball 1 time. So that's what was really cool. For the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, 16 out of 25, 310 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions. And Raheem Mostert led the way, 8 carries for 45 yards and 2 catches for 4 yards. Jeff Wilson had 9 carries for 37 yards and a touchdown, 1 for 3. Jalen Waddle led the day with 5 catches for 143 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 4 for 103. Trent Sherfield, 2 for 25. And Mike Gesicki, a catch for 24. That was pretty much the big deal. Didn't really lose much. Javon Holland, he had a great day. 8 total tackles. Landon Roberts, 7. Eric Rowe, 6. And a sack. Landon Roberts, also another sack. Christian Wilkins had an outstanding game. 2 passes defended. And also some other things. Kader Kohu with the interception on Rodgers. And Jason Sanders went 2 of 3 from the field goals. And only 1 punt for Miami. So pretty much a lot of scoring and a lot of going forward on 4th down. That's what really mattered. But yeah, crazy how things already come around. I mean, one, we're watching, Green Bay is, if we win out, we can get in. It's possible. 2 home games, 2 division rivals. Minnesota, they have already clinched the division. They've already clinched the playoffs. They're trying to go for the 1 seed right now. They got a chance. So this is a big game for them, but on the road, we're trying to go for the playoffs. If we lose, we're done. So we got to win. We got 2 games at home that we can do that and win. And this is very important. Obviously, we needed to adjust next time. The first time we played Minnesota, Justin Jefferson went off. We cannot make sure that happens again. This is a home field advantage. This is a different atmosphere. We got to make sure we get the win here. It's very important. It's going to come down to either us or Detroit, probably. Detroit and us have the same record. They lost. Seattle lost. The Giants lost. Washington lost. Washington needs to lose 1 more game. And the Giants need to lose 2 more games. Seattle, I think, has just been playing so bad. So honestly, I could expect them to not do as much. And on the contrary, the other thing that was very important is Detroit shockingly lost to Carolina. Carolina actually has a chance to win the division against Tampa Bay, which just is crazy to even think about since they play each other next week. But regardless, this is huge for the Packers. The season is alive. They're 7-8. If they win out, they can make the playoffs still. It's very possible. Everything is possible. And in faith, we must believe that they can pull this off. We saw this happen, 4-6. In 2016, we made a run and made the playoffs barely. This season has shown that anything can happen. This was an embarrassing season to start with, but you know what? They're gonna try. They're gonna do whatever they can. Minnesota 325 on New Year's Day. It's gonna be a great, interesting game, and then the following week against Detroit. 2 home games that they can prove that they can really make the playoffs. Rodgers, has shown a lot of trust in his rookies. Obviously, the injuries suck. Aaron Jones is a little banged up. Patrick Watson got injured. Keyshawn Nixon got injured. Yosh Nijman got injured. Hopefully, they're not big-time injuries. But what's important is we keep on winning these games. We won against the Bears, against the Rams, and now against the Dolphins. A big game on the road. So, 2 more games at home are December. Obviously, they're not in December, but they're in January. And obviously, you know what? Rodgers, in crunch time, knows how to get wins at home. We got to have that home crowd on our side. That's what's important. So, of course, the season is not over until it is over. 2 more games left to determine everything. So, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and as always, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. I'm talking to you, Dolphins fans, because Dolphins are filthy animals, even though they're adorable and cute, but oh well. And have a happy new year. Go, Pack, go. We'll see you next time.